Okay, so welcome everyone to this channel named Geeks for Geeks School, and I would like to welcome those students also who have joined this tutorial through my channel named Gaurav Kumar Jain. So in this tutorial, we guys will be learning how can we make use of two external facilities, one named OneSignal and the second named Firebase for firing notifications from the app we are going to develop today on Thunkable. Fine. So the first thing that I would like to start from is let's access this Thunkable platform. So the students who are new on this one, this is how you guys can access this platform. You need to type this Thunkable. You guys can type X Thunkable, or you can just type Thunkable in the search bar of Google. And after that, when you will hit the search button, this is the web page you're going to come across. Now, right on the top, you will be able to see this, Thunkable written like this. Hit this hyperlink to access the official Thunkable website. So in order to create your account on this Thunkable website, you need an email address. Either you can make use of your Facebook account, Facebook ID, or you can make use of your Gmail ID. So I have created my account with this Gmail ID of mine, right? And when you'll come on this platform, when you land up on this platform, this is a kind of view you're going to see. Now you can hit this create new app button, which is going to open for you a dialog box in which you will be required to put a name, whatever name you want to give to your project. You can write it down over here. So it is notifications, right? Push notify notifications. So this is what I am giving the name to my project today, push notifications. And once you're done with writing down the name of over here, you can hit this create button. So this environment is going to take a little bit of time, and once it is done with designing the designer panel, this is where it is going to redirect you. So this is where you can design your whole app. Fine. Now, as I've told you in the previous lecture a couple of times, that this window is divided into three different parts. In this first part, you'll be able to see all the components over here right in the bottom, and you can add them just by dragging and dropping them over here. Fine. So there are two kinds of components which we guys deal with on Thunkable. One are invisible, and the second one is second type of components is visible components. Okay, so this is the second part where you're able to see this mobile simulator screen. So whatever the app is going to look like, fine, that view you're going to see over here, how the way it is going to look like on your mobile, that view you are going to get over here. Fine. And then there is this third section where you will be able to see the properties, which of the items of the components you will be putting over here. For example, right now this screen 1 component is active, so I'm able to see all the properties related to this component getting reflected in this third section, right? And then if you want to define the block based coding for the components here, you're going to place on the screen 1, you can come on this block section where you can define the block based coding. Fine. Okay, so today I would like to first have a button on this screen 1. So you just have to type button over here and drag it and drop it. Either you can drop it over here or you can drop it over here for adding it to your screen 1. So I'm done with adding this button 1 to this screen 1, and let's change this text to submit. want to play with the background color, you can come over here. Let's reduce the opacity of this background color. Yeah, now it is looking perfectly fine. If you want to define some background picture for your submit button, you can make use of this background picture property. Right, similarly there are various options available to you over here in this properties section, with which you can modify the view of this button. For example, if you'll make it 0, so now the corners will be like this. If you want to define round corners, you can define something in this radius part. Okay, so we have a button. Let's now add a label box. This is a label box and I'm going to put it right on the top of this button here. Okay, I don't want to see anything inside this label initially, and besides that I would like to make its visibility false. So that's how I can do it. Alright, now let's define the code for the submit button. So we need to come over here on this block section and let's hit this button 1. So when the user will hit this button 1, I would like to set the text for this label 1. So we guys can make use of this set label 1's text block, and let's write down something over here. Your message was your message was successfully sent. Okay, so this is what the user is going to see when he will hit this button 1 over here. Let me just do the live testing of the app. So this is the app, and now when you hit the submit button, okay, we are not able to see that text label box. Why? Because we haven't set its visibility to true. So we need to set its visibility also to true. How can we do that? We need to come down and then we can make use of this set label once visible to true. Right. Okay. Now let's live test the app again. Here I go. Yes, I'm able to see the message. Your message was successfully sent. Okay. Fine. Now if you want to define a sliding feature for your screen, if you want to add sliding feature to your this screen 1, how can you do that? So sliding features mean I'm talking about that swiping feature. If you'll swipe that screen 1, automatically the user should be redirected on screen 2. Right, so how can you create that kind of effect? So we have this thing called Navigator, which you can easily find in this component section. Right, and let's place it right on the top over here. Okay, so I'm done with adding this top Navigator screen. Let me eliminate all the other screens which are by default present in this Navigator. Okay, so now I have only this top Navigator, and let's make this screen 1 a part of this top Navigator. How can we do that? We can drag it and drop it over here like this. Just a second. Fine, now this screen 1 is a part of this top Navigator. Okay, let's now create one more screen. And how can you create a new screen? You can hit this plus button over here, which is going to create for you a new screen. And let's rename it to, okay, it is already screen 2. We don't have to rename this screen. Let's drag it and drop it over here. So now this top navigator has two parts, screen 2 and then screen 1. In screen 1 we have two components, one label box and one button. Right, let's come on this top navigator, and as you can see, this is by default enabled, swipe enabled. Okay, this should be true. Then fine, so it is already true. Let's check our app. So I'm going to live test this app and see whether I'll be able to switch between the two screens or not. Okay, so if I'll swipe it like this, yes, I'm able to now get this animation. So if the user will swipe with his fingertip on screen 2, he's going to get redirected on screen 1, and if he will swipe right on screen 1, he's going to get redirected on screen 2. Swipe left, this is swipe right. Fine. Okay, so we are done with designing our app. Now let's add this component named push notification. Fine, because it is an invisible component, I need to add it in this section named invisible component. Done with adding this push notification. Now as you can see, there are two things we need to mention over here. See, because I am doing it just only for Android, so that is the reason I will be taking care of only this thing in this lecture. But if you want to create it for iOS app, iOS also, you can do that also by generating this iOS app ID. The way we'll generate the Android app ID, in the same way you guys can generate the iOS app ID also for doing this push notification things on iOS mobiles. Fine. Now what are the different steps we need to keep in mind if you are using this push notification over here? So there are two external services you need to connect to your app. So I am going to open two different tabs, and on this one I am going to open this one signal. Right, so this is going to help us in delivering the messages, pushing the notifications. And then there is this Firebase of Google, which is going to help us in it is a database kind of thing where you can save everything. So it helps you build and run successful apps backed by Google. So these are the two platforms you will be requiring for this push notification. Create your own account on this platform. You can either make use of your own Gmail ID, or if you have your Facebook account, you can use that also for creating your own account on these two platforms, OneSignal and Firebase. So I have already an account on this platform, which I am going to access using this login button over here. And do not forget to like and subscribe to this channel so that this video can reach to the maximum students possible. And thank you very much in advance for doing the needful. Okay, so it is showing invalid credentials. Let me try out some other password. I think this is the one I gave when I created my account on this platform. Let me make use of this Google, my Gmail account. Not able to sign in right now in this platform. So see, when you will click on that Gmail, automatically you will be redirected to this beautiful page where you'll get to see this code, and you just have to verify that it is you who is trying to access the account. Okay, so now now with the help of this ID, this platform is going to create for us an account for me on this platform, which I can make use of for that push notification purpose. So this is what you're going to come across. Fine, and then you can hit this new app slash website, and automatically you will be redirected on another web page where you'll get to see this input box, and these are couple of options which will be visible to you when you hit this more options. So these are some more options that you will come across. Now because we are using it for Androids, that is the reason I'm going to select this Google Android for now. But before that, I need to mention the name of my app. So it is push notifications. Fine. Okay, and then I'm doing it for Android, right? So I've selected this option, and then we can hit this configure your platform. So now it is asking for Firebase server key and Firebase sender ID, right? Let's now come on Firebase and sign in first into this account. So I'm already signed in with my respective Gmail ID on this one. Let's go to the console panel. So this is where that go to console option is going to redirect you. Now you can hit this add project button, which will redirect you on this beautiful page. Here you can mention the name of your project for which you would like to use this Firebase. Then you can hit this continue option. Again you need to hit this continue option. Then from this accounts option you can select default account for Firebase. Okay, this create project button will get automatically enabled. Then you can hit this button. So right now the project is getting created on this Firebase. Let's see whether we'll be able to get these two things from here or not. And would like to tell you one more thing, that now you guys can enjoy the lectures I'm providing for Thunkable on two channels. One is Geeks for Geek School, and the second one is my own channel powered by Geeks for Geek School named Gaurav Kumar Jain. Okay, so your new project is ready. It's coming written over here. Let's hit this continue button and see what's gonna happen. So this is where that continue button is going to redirect you. Now right on the top you'll be able to see this settings option, right? Let's hit this option and see what's going to happen. So this is the menu you're going to come across, and then you need to visit this project settings option. So here is the project name, and then project ID, this project number, and the sender's ID. Let's copy this server key, and I'm going to paste it over here, and let's copy this sender ID too, and I am pasting it over here. Fine, and then we can hit this save and continue button. So it's coming written over here, platform settings successfully saved. Okay, now because we are doing it for Android, need to select Android from here, native Android, and then we can hit this save and continue option. Okay, and this is the required information. So your app ID is this. This is the Android app ID, remember this thing. And the way we have generated this Android app ID, in the same way we can generate the iOS app ID also. So I'm going to hit this button for copying this ID, copy to clipboard. Okay, let's come on Thunkable and paste this ID over here. Fine, I'm done with configuring this push notification component for the notification things. Let's hit this done button. Okay, just a second. Let me just first hit this check subscribed users. So right now this is what you're going to come across. Why? Because I haven't live tested this app yet. So if you'll hit this live test, this is what you will come across. Now here, as you can see, push notification component can only be previewed on Android device. Okay. So when you will live test this app after successfully creating it on your respective device, so it will change to something else. Let me just hit this done button. So it is going to redirect you to this platform, right, to this web page. Okay. Now what you can do, if you want to, if suppose there are 100,000 or 2,000 people who have downloaded your mobile app, and if you want to send them some notification message, how can you do that? So you need to come on this messages. After accessing your dashboard, you need to come on this messages section, and then you can hit this new push option. So it will redirect you on a page where you can write down everything related to the message you want to send to your subscribers. So send to subscribed users, send to particular segment. So you can choose one of these options, and after that you can write down the title of here. Suppose you want to send something for free online coding classes, so you can do it like this. Then geeks. So if you want to avail some exciting offer on the courses Geeks for Geeks, is currently providing exciting offer or discount. So is currently providing, then you can make use of this code, and the code is GAURAV. So if you want to avail some discount or some exciting offer on the courses Geeks for Geeks is providing, you guys can make use of this code named Gaurav, and it is true. Okay, whether you want to go if you want to avail some discount on a course, let's say Python or .NET or security services, or any other course which Geeks for Geeks is providing, you can make use of this code. Fine, and you are going to get a very good discount on that course. Fine, then if you want to upload some image, you want to send along with this message, you can make use of this option. So when you will hit this, this is what you are going to get redirected to. So if you want, you can choose some image from your computer. If you want to choose some image from your Facebook gallery, you can choose this Facebook option. Likewise, we have several options present over here. So let's choose a file. And when you will hit this choose file button, this is going to redirect you on one of the locations present on your computer. Let's come on desktop and I am selecting this image over here. Okay, so the image is getting uploaded right now on this platform. Okay, then we can hit the save button. Fine. So as you can see, a link has been created for the image, and then after writing down everything over here which you want to send to your subscribers, you can come down and play with these options. So when should this message start sending? If you want to send this message to your users at some specific time, you can go ahead and select this specific time option. If you want to send the message immediately, you can go ahead and use this option. Per user optimization, send to everyone at the same time. So you can go ahead and choose this option. If you want, you can choose this option, intelligent delivery, then custom time per user time zone. So one by one, the users will be getting the message sent by you. Let's hit this review and send option and see what's gonna happen. Okay, so this is what that button has redirected us to. So app push notifications, the app name is coming over here. Estimated recipients, see, because no one has downloaded the app yet, that is the reason 0 is coming over here. Included segments, subscribed users, then title, then this is a message, and start sending per user optimization. Okay, let's hit this send message button. So after you are done with hitting that send message button, this is the window you're going to come across. Your message has started sending. Fine, and this is where you can check out whether the message has been delivered successfully to all your users or not. So it'll come in a graphical kind of thing. Fine. So platform statistics, delivery statistics, you will be able to see everything over here. Now let me just check the app if it is possible. So I'm going to download it first on my mobile. Okay, upgrade to Pro because I'm using a basic version. So if you have if you want to use this app now on your mobile, so you need to have this Pro membership of this Thunkable if you want to download it. Right, so I'll not be able to show you live, but definitely if you have this professional package of Thunkable, you will be able to download this app and you will be able to push notifications through this one signal platform you have connected your app with. Alright, so let me just brief you about what all things we have done for creating this beautiful app. So the first thing that we did was we created this screen one, right? Then we added one button and one label box to this screen one. After that, we added this screen 2 also, and we added then both these screen 2 and screen 1 to this navigator button, so as to give it a swiping feature. Just a second. Okay, so that when the user will use the app, he can navigate in between the two screens just by this swiping feature, right? So that is the reason we added both the screens to this navigator component. Once you are done with this, you can create your own account on these two platforms. One is this OneSignal and the second one is this Firebase. Okay, now after doing this, you can add this invisible component named push notifications to your app. Just a second. Okay, and here you will be asked two things: Android app ID and iOS app ID. So if you are developing this push notification app for Android only, then you can create an Android app ID. If you are doing it for both, you can create an iOS app ID also. Now how you are going to do it? You need the help of this One Signal platform. Once you are done with signing up on this platform, you will be asked to fill in the Firebase server key. So you can come on this Firebase and create your own account. And after that, once you're done with creating your own project, you need to hit this settings option, come on this project settings. Then you need to come on this cloud messaging, because we are using this app for doing cloud messaging, right? So these are the two things with which you can link your Firebase account with this One Signal account. Okay, once you're done with defining these two things on this platform at the required place, you can choose the appropriate option. If you are developing the app only for Android, then you can select the native Android option. If you're developing this app for both the platforms, Android as well as iOS, then you have to select both the options. Fine. After doing that, you'll be able to get this Android app ID, which you have to copy from this platform and paste it over here. Okay, and then you can make use of this messages options for firing out the messages as notifications to all the users who have downloaded your app or who are working on your app. So they all will be able to get the notification whatever you will be sending to them. Fine. So that's how you can create this app with this push notifications feature. Hope you guys enjoyed this lecture a lot. Do try this thing at your end too, and let me know in the comment section if you have any issue. And just a second, let me check on both the channels if there is anything to be answered. Okay, so Secret Tech Tips, thank you very much dear for attending this lecture. Dashing Boy, thank you very much Peter. Thank you very much for all the appreciation. Let me check my own channel also, which is with name Gaurav Kumar Jain. Okay, so thank you very much Bodwan boss for attending this lecture dear. Parth, Ronak, all in one, Vedant, Bilaya, then who else is there? Thank you so very much for attending this lecture and being with me throughout the lecture. But do try it out on your own if you really want to develop these kind of beautiful things, because until and unless you will do them practically, you will not be able to create something new out of whatever we guys are teaching you on our YouTube channels. Fine. Thank you very much again, and God bless you all with a great future. Have a great day.